You did not even show me this. Are we starting with shenanigans? Are we just starting with shenanigans? I didn't see this. So Delonda has made up her own definition of the Junna. Is this the Junna tonight, Delonda? Is this the Junna?
I don't know, because you be doing so much.
Oh, it's me that creates the atmosphere of the Junna.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. So am I like the queen of the Junna?
I just want y'all to have a definition to be clear. Because sometimes Patrice be doing so much.
It's not me.
That I'm over here just scratching and surviving. Okay?
It's definitely not me. They know that.
I just want y'all to know what it's like.
They know that it's not me.
So in case you're wondering, what is the Junna?
She has made up a definition of what the Junna is.
Okay? It's the place where you scratch and survive.
Wait, why is this survive?
That's surviving.
That's surviving?
That's surviving.
That doesn't...
That is surviving. That is surviving.
Like, surviving.
Okay? That's surviving. Okay?
We're already starting it out in the wrong place.
All right, we have our goal. We have our goal.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody.
What wonderful objectives you have.
Can y'all see that? Very good. Very really good. We have 2 goals: to discuss the pros and cons of a multi-needle embroidery machine and to learn how to make embroidered patches.
Yeah.
And to learn that Patrice is my teacher.
We're not learning that.
Patrice is my teacher.
No.
Patrice is my teacher.
No. No. I don't know why you keep putting this on that board.
Okay. This is the goal. Okay. Hey, everybody. We're excited to see you all. I am taking roll. I started taking roll as soon as I started to see the names. I have a list right here. And remember, once we reach our 5th week, if you've been with us for 5 weeks, you will get the So Good Crew file. Hush and sit. Sit.
I was in trouble. I was in trouble. She is not playing with Milo.
Patrice is my teacher. I'm wearing bling tonight, Patrice. I'm not wearing embroidery.
I'm wearing embroidery tonight because this was so cute that I wanted to put it back on.
It's so cute. It's really cute.
Yours looks amazing. I love those colors together.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. Hey, Meredith and Donzel and Rosalind and Lily and Karen and Capricia. That looks like a new name. Hey, Jessie. Multiple needle, good goals. Okay. All right. So before we get started, there is a file below the video that we want y'all to download, because we're going to talk about this first and then we're going to do the patches. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So start with downloading the file. I'm always on my best behavior. I never know what I'm going to get with Patrice. So I kind of just keep my mind, I just stay focused and I do what I'm supposed to do and I don't cause a problem. And it's so hard sometimes because you just never know.
No, we never know.
We never know.
We. No, not you.
We.
No, not
me and them.
No.
Me and them.
We are on the same side.
Me and the people.
We don't know what to expect from you.
We don't know what to expect from you.
They know what to expect from me.
We don't know what to expect from you.
We're in the journal already. She's surviving. I need a new gesture for surviving. This is not
surviving.
That's like Milo surviving.
That's what it is, surviving. She's already taking me to the journal.
Just why?
Just why? Okay. Do you want to pull up the file, or we want to just talk from the file? What do you want to do?
We can pull it up. So what are we going to start with today? We had our agenda.
Let's start with the file. We said we would start with that.
Yes.
So we can pull it up and talk from there.
Yes.
Laura.
So we're going to be doing patches tonight, y'all. So we're really excited about doing patches. I love making patches. Delonda likes making patches. And we're going to be making a patch on our multi-needle machine. The patch size that we have, it can fit a 4x4. Well, this patch isn't really available. Did you want to give this patch away tonight or no? This is going to be week 5, a week 5 thing, or no?
That might be more.
Oh, that might be more than week 5.
They gotta be first. They gotta be in the crew.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Right now, they're not.
Yeah, so you gotta be in a So Good crew. That's
right. Some people talk about double duty, and we need y'all to be on single duty.
Yeah.
Be focused. Be focused. Okay. We need you to be focused.
Yes, and make sure you print out your printouts.
Yeah. Okay. That's what we need from the people. Okay.
And this is the patch. She's gonna pull it up so that we can look at it.
All right. We're gonna look at the file first. Okay, so we're in episode 3. Honey, we in episodes, honey. Yeah. All right. To learn how to make patches with an embroidery machine. All right. So I think that Patrice would agree that there are a lot of people who are thinking about getting into embroidery. And believe it or not, when Patrice is having her serious moments, we do get a chance to talk about things that are not included in the journal. And one of the things that we felt it would be important to talk about is, if you are thinking about getting an embroidery machine, the first thing you should think about is your purpose.
Yes. Why?
Why do you want to get into embroidery? Do you want to get into embroidery to be in sales? Do you want to get into embroidery just as another hobby craft? What is your purpose? And that is really for you to decide, right? Because neither of us can decide that. But I like to use this as an example. I want to move my Cricut over here. La 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 la.
Oh, you did that really good.
You understand me?
No
one else can make me feel the colors that we feel. Stay with me while we grow old, and we will live each day in the springtime. I don't know why that was why did that pop into my head? I don't know, but I know it sounds good.
I think we probably just needed that. You hit that note, girl. You did that.
Hear me? Did you hear me though?
They heard it too.
You understand me?
Yes. Y'all know we're gonna have a song. Is that our song for the night? Is that gonna be tonight's theme song?
I don't know. It just popped into my head and it just seems so fitting.
It was perfect.
You understand?
Way to get started.
It was really good.
It was. And I know they didn't expect that from you.
I didn't expect it from me.
Because
I just looked at myself and I was like, girl, you better sing.
And you sang.
Let the Lord use you.
Mm-hmm.
And he did.
He did that. on this lovely Sunday. He did.
The pastor said we have gifts
Mm-hmm.
and we have to share them.
You have to
Y'all just got them gifts right there.
see.
You weren't ready.
You're being obedient, sharing these gifts.
You understand. Let me stop sharing for 1 second and show y'all something. And I'm gonna let y'all say hi to Milo because he is doing the most. All right, can y'all see that roller I got? Let me move
Make
it.
yourself bigger.
Okay, you better be over there being bigger. You better be over there. You don't see that roller I got?
Mm-hmm.
Let me move my camera back so y'all can really see the roller I got. So hopefully you can see that I have two machines right there in front. I have my Cricut, I have my Cricut Maker, and I have my Cricut Explorer 2, right? And when I first got started, you know, if you know my story, you know I bought this machine. I bought, where's my Cricut Explorer? This one, the Cricut Explorer 2. I bought it for my daughters and they didn't want it. So that's how my whole crafting journey got started, okay? And if you have a Cricut Explorer 2, what you know is that it cannot do as much as the Cricut Maker. So even though both of these are cutting machines, this is a cutting machine, both of these are the same size, one of these can do more than the other. And if I had this one first, the Cricut Maker, I wouldn't have needed this one. So essentially, I bought this, you know, not really knowing anything about Cricut. If I had done my research, I probably would have purchased this one first. Because with this one, really all I can do is just cut the basics, right? But when you go one step up with the Cricut Maker, y'all fell down. I can use any of these tools with this machine. Now, this one costs more money, but it can also do more things. So sometimes what you're paying for is convenience. Okay, so if you're thinking about it, if you're thinking like, I want to get into embroidery, and you already have an established purpose, your purpose is to go into sales, or your purpose is to do more hobby crafts, or you want to make things for your friends and family. It just depends. You're going to have to make that decision for yourself. But I like to use this as an example because if I had this machine first, there would have been no need to buy this. But because I went with the lowest end, and eventually with anything else, you're going to want to do more. I wasted money buying this because I eventually want to do more, so I had to spend more money. Is that making sense? Is that helping?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to bring Patrice back on, and we'll talk about that for a minute. But I wanted to use that as an example to help you.
Well, look at you're being helpful, D, tonight.
You better be out there being helpful, singing, D.
Exactly. I totally agree as far as knowing why you're getting into it, why you want a machine, and knowing because that will steer you in the right direction. So if you want to make hats and different things like that, you may need to get a machine that is good for hats. Not every machine works great for hats. So I have the Marquee 2001, and then I also have the EM1010. The EM1010, I can only do a certain part of the hat in a certain size, but with the Marquee, I can pretty much rotate it all around, do the sides, without having to do too much adjusting and things like that. So you want to know your purpose. You want to know why you're going to be using one of these or getting one of these.
I think along with looking at your purpose, like if you are thinking about going into sales, but you haven't sold anything, like you're already in sales, you know, theoretically, in theory, but you haven't sold anything, then you're really not in sales, right? So think about that. You have to think, I want to buy an embroidery machine because I want to go into sales. Where are you going to market yourself? Where are you going to put yourself? Apple, you better be giving me a thumbs up. I didn't see you do that when I was singing. Don't think I didn't notice that, Apple. Where are you going to market yourself? How are you going to put yourself out there? Do you already have a website? Do you already have customers who might be interested in purchasing something from you? Because if you're going into it thinking that I have a lot of friends and family and they're going to purchase from me, don't let me be the one to bust your bubble. But boop, it's bust. Okay, because those are not your customers.
No, no, those are more the headaches.
And if they are your customers, guess what they want? Either free or a discount.
The family discount, the friends and family discount. And yeah.
All right, I'm going back to the document. Anything else you want to add, Patrice CD?
No, I think that was great, but definitely know your market. Like, who do you want to make things for? Like, if you love making baby items, then that's going to be your group of people. Like, know what you want to do. So, nice.
All right. So the next thing to take into consideration is the price. So a multi-needle machine is going to cost a lot of money. It is, and there is no other way to put it. It's going to cost a lot of money. And let me say this: I don't work for Ricoma. Patrice doesn't work for Ricoma. I work for myself. Patrice works for herself. We are affiliates of Ricoma. That does mean if you go and get information from Ricoma by clicking on my link, and then you ultimately make a purchase from Ricoma, I will get a commission from that. If you go to Patrice's page and you click on her link and you ask for more information, Patrice will get a commission from that. I'm not encouraging you to get a 20 needle machine. I'm not. But I am encouraging you to do some research. I'm encouraging you to do the research you feel you should do. And when I say research, I really mean don't just look at Ricoma. Look at other machines. Look at people who have had the machine for a while and they've come back and they've talked about the problems they've had or the benefits of that machine. Like, really take your time. Do not rush into purchasing a machine because you see us using a machine. I don't think that's the best idea at all.
No. At all, because you don't want to get something and then you regret it because maybe you didn't do enough research, or maybe when we come on we talk. That's why we actually talked about this. This live is more intentional because we want to be more informative and let you know about the machines. We do it. Of course, we love doing what we do, but we don't want you to get it just because you see us doing it. You need to know what this machine is about, or any machine that we're using is about. So that's why we're doing it. So definitely do your research. When we talked about this, when we discussed the pros and cons, because sometimes we do have serious discussions.
When Patrice is doing the right thing, we have to
get together. When I have to get us together. But when we talked about it, we talked about the pros and the cons, and we actually listed this as one of the cons as far as pricing is concerned for new, if you're just starting out and maybe it's not within your budget. But look around, search around, see where you're going to get more bang for your buck. With this particular machine, I know, like, starting out with the EM1010 is almost kind of like how Delonda mentioned starting out with her Cricuts and the difference in what she would have started out with had she known before. So me starting with the EM1010, I think that if I had did even more research at that time, I really wasn't looking at it for business, but things change. So if you foresee yourself using it for business in the future, then you may want to say, you know what, maybe I don't want the smallest machine just because it's the cheapest. I want to get something a little bit larger because I know that I want to be able to produce, quality items. So if I had known that, I'm pretty sure that I would have started out with the larger machine, to be 100% honest, because there's just so many different things that I can do with this one. Space, just a lot of different things I can do with this one that I can't really do with Brody efficiently. I can still do some of it, but it's still less time with this machine. So definitely do your research, know what you're getting, not just with this machine, but with all machines. know what you're getting. And like Delonda said, there's so many other brands out there that you can do research on, look at videos, go on, there's different blogging sites where they're talking about these different machines. We show the Mighty Hoops too. I love the Mighty Hoops. Research the Mighty Hoops before you get like one of these machines so that you'll know, okay, what else do I need? Because just getting the machine isn't just it. Delonda, how much stuff have you had to purchase after you got the machine?
Oh my God. Had to purchase, I didn't have to. Because really the machine does come with hoops. But if you saw my first struggle video where I was literally where was I? In the jungle. I was in the jungle trying to hoop that hoodie. But I mean, I made it happen. But I would not go back to using the hoops that came with the machine. I just want to tell you that the Mighty Hoops are a game changer. They like you. I wish the Ricoma came with the Mighty Hoop, like or some kind of discount, because the hoops are expensive. I'm not even gonna lie about that. They are, but they're worth every dime. Like I was willing to give like half of my eyelashes as a donation for a little discount on the Mighty Hoop. Okay.
They are definitely worth it. And they are pricey, but sometimes in embroidery you may make pricey mistakes.
Yeah.
And that could be like you hoop your shirt or your sweater or whatever, and you think the hoop is straight, but then when you take it off, it's not straight and your design is all slanted. That has happened with the Mighty Hoop. It reduces those types of mistakes and those types of errors. So in the long run, maybe not at first, because that pricing at first may seem like a lot, but in the long run, because these hoops are there's something that you're going to be reusing over and over and over for as long as you have your machine, it's going to save you those costs of those errors. Mm-hmm. So you kind of, have to weigh your pros and cons, see what's worth it, what's not, what you can sacrifice. If you're and Mighty Hoops aren't just for Ricomas. There's Mighty Hoops for pretty much all of the brands out there and the different machines out there. Okay, so that's, as you're doing your research, you will see. But just wanted to add that.
I think when you're doing research, I don't think you should be looking at unboxing videos, because think about when somebody is unboxing something, most of the time they're happy, right? Because they don't know what they don't know. We call that living in ignorant bliss. And I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being dead serious, right? Because you don't know. You're just so happy to have something new. You're just like, oh my goodness, I got this new thing, until you actually have to use it and you're like, oh my gosh, I got this new thing and now I'm terrified of it. Mm-hmm. So when you're doing research, I do not suggest looking at unboxing videos. Go look at videos for people who have had the machine for a year or 6 months and they're doing like a 6-month update or a 1-year update. See what they're talking about with customer service. Like, is there customer service? Look for videos on how to use the machine. Are there a lot of videos? Is there a support base on YouTube for you to be able to use that machine? Because let's just say you're in my Facebook group or you're in Patrice's Facebook group and you have a problem with your machine and we don't have that machine, I can't help you. I'm going to just be like, I'm going to give you the care emoji. That's all I can do. I care. I'm not even, yeah. We on Real Deal Holyfield. Like, we'll have a real conversation tonight. That's all I can do is give you a care emoji, because it's like having a StarCraft solo. Not a lot of people have that machine. And so when people get stuck and they're like, I don't know the cut settings, I'm like, I don't even know how to turn it on because I don't have one. So it's hard to find help when there are not a lot of people who have that machine. My other piece of advice is steer clear from someone who talks bad about a machine and they don't have one. How are they talking bad about it, but they don't have one? Or they're telling you to get one that they don't have. If I were you, I would get this. Or if I were you, I would get that. But do you have one? Because if you don't, you are not the person to give me advice. It's like taking marriage advice from a single person who's never been married. Or taking parenting tips from someone who doesn't have children. It's completely different.
It's different. It's different.
So I and
I agree with
I
that.
I hope that y'all know me enough. The people who have been with me, even if you only been with me for 3 months, or Patrice, or however long, to know that I'm not advocating for any machine. I'm advocating for you to do your own research. That's what I want you to do. I'm not saying go get a Ricoma. I'm saying go do research. And I'm not talking about unboxing videos. My personal advice is videos from people who have had it for at least 6 months or a year, and they are doing updates. Okay, here's my update after 1 year, because that's where you're gonna get the real deal Holyfield right there, not from unboxing videos. Everybody's excited on unboxing.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna move my camera a little closer. Patricia, you want to add anything?
No, I just agree. If you're taking advice from somebody who does not have the machine, has never used the machine, or maybe you just saw the unboxing of the one, they had one unboxing and then that was it. I would definitely suggest looking for others who have the machine so that you can get a better idea of what to expect. So in some of the lives that I do, y'all see how sometimes I have issues with the machines. Those are things that you need to see. You need to know what could go wrong and why it's going wrong and if it can be fixed and how to fix it. All of us are at different levels as far as understanding softwares and machines. So you want to know, like, is this something that I'm going to be able to tackle? You don't want to get a machine and then the first problem you have, you're like, oh, I'm just push this in a corner and I'm never going to go back to it. Machine, all of the machines, whether it's a Ricoma, whether it's a Brother, whatever machine, these machines cost. You don't want to get a machine and push that machine in the corner. That's not what you want to do. So you want to look at the videos where people are having problems. Look at those videos. Even as simple as changing a needle, look up the machine that you're looking for. Even if you don't have it, before you get it, as part of your research, look at that. How do you change a needle on this? Am I going to be too scared to change this needle? Am I going to be, so that way it can help you decide like what you're really getting into. What are you ready for? Like, it looks good. Our finished products look good. We can show you all the cute things. They look really good. They really do. They look so good. But you have to start someplace to get here. Like, you're not always going to get, and you may get here one day and then the next day you do something, you're like, oh my god, this looks horrible. So you have to be willing and ready to tackle those times. So that's my 2 cents. Research the price, research the different prices. Just because something is cheaper doesn't mean that it's better, and just because something is more expensive doesn't mean that it's better. You need to look at all of the specs, and that will lead us into number 3, as far as like the space. What type of space do you have for these machines? When you're looking up that, this is all a part of the research. The purpose, the price, and the space, that's everything you're going to be researching, because even when you decide what your purpose is, like why you want it, you need to be researching that. You need to see, okay, how many people are out here doing this? Is this something, that's popular? Do people like this? What is my market? Like, okay, am I just going to reach people here locally in my area? Am I going to go out and hit the ground and start knocking on doors? Or do I want my audience to be on social media, on the internet, worldwide? Who do I want my audience to be? Then that will take you to your price. Because if you're trying to reach the masses, I'm sorry, a single needle machine is not going to help you reach the masses. That may help you reach like the smaller, locally. You may do a few left chest logos locally, maybe sweatshirts and things like that. But once you start putting your stuff online, let's say you start TikTok and you have a TikTok shop. You put that thing out there, and if you can't meet the demand, then you don't get your TikTok shop closed. So you can't do that with the single needle. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to know all of these things before you really get into it. Space. These machines take up a lot of space. They take up a lot of space. So you have to know like whether or not you have the space available for something like this, or if you need something a little bit smaller. Now they have this, we have the 20 needle machine, the Ricoma is a 20 needle machine, but Ricoma has a 10 needle machine. They don't go less than that. But you have Brother, I think Brother has a 6 needle or 4 needle. You have, I don't know if Melco has any more. I like Delonda. I agree with her. I can only tell you about Ricoma and my little single needle Brother machines. But there are other machines, other brands that have machines, multi-needle machines, maybe 4 or 6 needle machines, if that's where you would want to start out with. But you need to research. I would research to see, you know, how much can it embroider. It's like getting machines. So if you get a machine, and let's say you want to do extra large sweatshirts or 2XL sweatshirts, but then you realize that it can only embroider up to 8 inches wide or 9 inches wide, that might not really work for you if you want to do extra larges or 2X shirts. So those are things that you need to look out for. Wanda, I know you want to talk about space.
I just think with the space, really, this, I think 3 feet is enough. 3 feet wide, because the machine is tall.
It's tall.
It's taller than it is wide. So if you have 3 feet and you can put it in the corner, then yes. In terms of space for materials, some of you know, like the table that I have right there where my heat press is on, I bought another table just like that, because to me that table is very sturdy, and it came with a shelf at the bottom. So I used the top of it for my hoop master station, and then I used the bottom for storage, and then I bought a pegboard that's specifically for my scissors, my mighty hoops, and then I have my thread on there that's not open yet. But then my daughter bought me a ton of thread for Mother's Day, so I still haven't put that up yet, but I did buy another pegboard that I'm going to hang it on. But in terms of space, I think you need somewhere to store your, you know, your scissors and your hoops and that kind of stuff, and your stabilizer. But really, honestly, you could also put it under the machine if you have like a container. I bought these today from Walmart. Just because I love the brand. But I love clear containers. I love clear containers. So Patrice has been in my craft room before, so she can tell you I have, none of my containers are like, I have to be able to see what's in the container.
Yes, she loves containers.
I love clear containers. So I bought these today. I bought 3 of these from Walmart to store stuff. And so I have, you know, I can store stuff like that under the machine because there's space under there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, all right. Any other thing about space?
Not really. Just a thread. Delonda told you guys how she uses her pegboards for.
Go over there and show it.
You want to make this? Take the file off for a little bit, and then.
Let me move over there. Hold on. Y'all don't need to be going on a. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, going through the sky, little Einstein. Climb aboard, get ready to explore. There's so much.
We're gonna get
little Einstein. Oh, sorry.
She's not sorry.
I'm not really.
Oh, I know.
Hey. Okay, so normally because I have 3 mighty hoops, I only have 3, but I normally have my 5x5 mighty hoop right here, and then I just have space over here for thread, and then all of my scissors are right here, and then I didn't put anything down here, but I think I'm going to move this and have more space for the thread, because my daughter,
I want a thread.
She bought a lot of thread, a lot. But I did get some more of these so that I can just, you know, add more thread up here. All of my thread that's unopened.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's an excellent way to store some of the supplies.
So that is that. Like that. All right.
Looks great.
We'll make to the other side.
Do we have anybody else saying anything about more space? So somebody mentioned space as far as the hoop sizes. So when you're researching your like the pricing and everything for the machine, you definitely want to check the hoop size. Now, I started out, let's go back. I started out with a 4x4 Brother SE600. At the time, I thought it was good when I got it. I didn't necessarily know how deep I wanted to get into embroidery at that time, but I knew that I wanted to embroider something because I liked how it looked.
Mhm.
But I could not, after maybe the third month of having it, I wanted something more. 4x4 was just not it for me. You can get repositional hoops and different things like that, but I'm looking more so for things that's not going to take me a lot of time. And with the single needle, you have to kind of change out your thread and things. It's good for certain projects. It is. But when you start getting into projects where there's several different thread stops, and then you have to keep changing that, like you're going to be spending a lot of time at the machine.
Yeah.
So I do recommend like checking your size. See what you, that's why you need to know your purpose. You need to know what the prices are so you know your reason why, and you know the price ranges, and you know what you can go with. And then as far as the different sizes, 5x7, 6x10, or even larger, you need to decide what your purpose is, because then you'll know what type of machine you need and the size hoops that you'll need.
Any questions before we go on to the pros and cons of these? Maybe I should go to the front of my machine, or maybe you want me to pull up Broski?
Yeah, pull up Broski. I'll pull Broski out. I'll pull the camera out of Broski. Oh, look at Broski.
All right. You better be over there looking roller cute.
Doesn't Broski look cute? Does he look so cute?
Roller cute. Better be over there looking roller cute.
All right. So what's next up on our agenda to talk about? Pros and cons?
The pros, yeah.
All right. So I think for me, the pros are, I kind of talked about the single needle machine before, about having to change thread. Definitely having a multi-needle machine, you don't have to worry about doing too many thread changes. You don't have to worry about doing any thread changes. Even with the 10 needle machine, I never really had to change the thread. So that's a pro for me, because as the machine is going, I can be doing other things. I can be being a little more productive. And so that's one of the main pros, I think, of having one of these machines. Of course, you can stitch larger than you can with most multi-needle machines, so you don't have to really worry about the spacing. What other pros do we have?
Let me go get that F hoop so I can show that one, because that one comes with that machine.
Okay. Also, these are a lot faster than
just goes up to 800.
1,000.
1,000?
Yes.
I've never gone that high.
Have you gone past 500 yet?
Ma'am, don't worry about it.
I was just asking.
Don't worry about it.
I haven't gone up that high. I'm trying to figure if you went past 200.
Don't worry about it. Let me find it. I don't see it on here. It's so big.
This, you can also attach a hat hoop here, so you can do hats.
Okay, so it comes with this hoop right here, and this, and it comes with a table. So if you need to embroider something bigger than this, there's an actual table that attaches to the machine. But this right here is 14 by, I just saw it, 14 by, where did I just see it? Where did I just see it?
On the metal part, where the metal part is?
Arm,
is it there?
I literally just saw it.
I bet that always happens to me too. Let me see.
Oh, right here, 14 by 21.
That's a huge. This is a huge hoop. It's huge.
Yeah.
It's really, really big. So,
And so when you're thinking about, like, let's just look at this for example. Let's look at this one right here. So here's one of the patches, one of my patches, right? And this patch has black, gray, red, and gold, and it's on white twill. So I did not have to change. I didn't have to do anything. I could just set my machine to these 4 colors, and I can go eat some chicken and come back, and it's going to be done.
mm-hmm.
So with the multi-needle machine, of course, if I had maybe a 6-needle machine, I could do the same thing. I wouldn't have to change out the thread every time I wanted to change the color. Yep. That's the benefit of having a multi-needle machine. Also, let's just say, for example, I'm doing patches which might require 1 needle or 1 type of needle, but I might want to do, I don't know, hats that require a different type of needle because there are different needle sizes. I could have needles 16 through 20 with 1 type of needle, and I could have needles 1 through 4 be a whole different type of needle. So I wouldn't have to change that out if I was ready to embroider a hat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So for me, though, that's another pro. I think the speed of it is a pro. I think that 10S panel is a pro, but I think that's an upgrade because I don't think that panel is available with the 10 needle, right?
No, it's available. The new ones have it. The new
Okay.
10 needle has it too. And this is with these particular machines. I'm not sure if it's like that for the other ones, but this particular machine, you have the maintenance set up inside that tells you or gives you a reminder as far as when you need to perform.
Oil it.
Yep. And then it tells you exactly where you need to place that oil. It gives you it broken down into hours. If it's 4 hours, 1 week, 6 months, a year, it tells you exactly how you need to be maintaining your machine. Also with this, if you want to, if you like tonight, we're doing patches. I'm only going to be making 1 patch on tonight, but let's say if you decide that patches is going to be, that's the reason why you're going to get a machine. And you want to make patches, you want to sell patches. Patches are actually very popular now. People are making a lot of those patch jackets. You can actually program this to stitch out 20 patches if that can fit in your hoop. So you can do that all on this machine, all on the screen. So that's definitely one of the pros, I think, because then you don't have to even go back into the computer and change the file and then re-upload it. You can do it all from the 10S panel. So
you can also resize the file from that panel. You can also do a simple text file from that panel. So like if you already had a file that you were getting ready to stitch out and you wanted to personalize it by adding somebody's name, you could type the name in right from that panel and you can add that to the design.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that people may not know is that sometimes when you have like tension issues with because you can tell while it's stitching if you have a tension problem. And so you can adjust this as it's stitching, you can adjust it if you need to. So you have all your tension knobs here that you can adjust as it's going if you see something a little bit off. So I think that's also a pro with it. I'm trying to think of some other.
You can personalize the panel.
Yeah, you can personalize the panel. You see I got my logo here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have my logo there.
I changed the background of mine too. So like if I'm using black twill or red twill, you can change the color of the background for your hoop.
So it can pretty much like a mock-up kind of screen.
And when I talked to a representative, because I was asking, can I send my design directly from my computer to my Ricoma? And yes, I can go into Chroma and send the design directly from the computer to the machine and not have to use the USB.
See, there's definitely a lot of, I think there's a lot of pros with having a multi-needle. Some of these, like the features that we're talking about, they're available with other um of the Ricoma machines. I can't tell you if they're available with like the brothers because my single needles, it's not, you can't really do that with my single needles. But if you guys do know in the chat, let us know if you have machines that can do a uh similar things. I'm trying to think if there's any other pros that I wanted to say.
I think the customer service is pretty good. I haven't had a problem. Um, I didn't enjoy the training. I'm gonna be honest about that, but that's not a problem with the machine. But every time I've needed help with something, I've gotten help. One thing, are we ready to talk about cons yet?
You ready? We can talk about cons because we may have some pros soon, but we can talk about cons.
It's heavy. Wherever you're gonna put it, that's where it's gonna be. It's gonna be, that's the spot. It's not like a couch where you be like, you know what? I want this thing to be facing the window today, and tomorrow I'm gonna be wanting it to face away. No, it's not that. Wherever you put it, unless you have a moving crew or you have a whole bunch of sons who can just move it. Because I had Peter, my son, and his friend, and it's heavy. It's very heavy. So wherever it's gonna be, that's where it is. I personally, and this is just me, it might be because I'm a woman of a certain age who has not reached menopause yet, in case you were going to ask that, if the lady is here. I'm just saying, she did ask me that in the middle of my life.
I remember.
Threading the needle is hard for me. I've struggled with that. And I've also struggled with changing the needle because I had a needle break. I struggle with that. That might not be a struggle for you, but like trying to figure out, they're like, oh no, it looks like a high heel. Not to me. It don't look like that to me. I can't tell which way it's facing forward. I struggle with that. Okay. Those are my cons.
I think those are pretty good cons. The learning curve, I think, is what could be considered a con if you're not willing to put in that time to actually learn, because you're gonna have to learn it. If it's something new, you're gonna have to figure out some things, and you're gonna have to get some things wrong, and you're gonna have to be okay with that and be able to move on with getting it wrong when you do get it wrong. So that could be a con for some of you guys. Digitizing could be a con as far as like you need to know. So when you're getting one of these machines, most of us work with a lot of SVGs, PNGs, because we are crafters. We make things with our cutters and things like that. But when you get one of these machines, you're not really going to be using an SVG file inside of your machine. So you are going to have to get your files digitized. That's with all embroidery machines, not just the ones that we have. All embroidery machines require your files to be digitized. And that's just letting the needle or your machine know how to do those stitches, how to stitch it out. So that's something that you need to know. Now, it's not as simple as creating an SVG file. It does take a little bit more time. You are going to have to learn that. So if you're willing to learn, if it's somebody in the chat said that getting a multi-needle, getting any type of embroidery machine, honestly, is an investment. Getting a multi-needle machine is definitely an investment. That's why you need to know your purpose as far as why you're getting it. We're always going to keep going back to the purpose, your reason. What's the function of this machine for you? Like, why are you getting it? So you want to definitely keep that in mind. So somebody in the chat earlier had said like it's an investment, and it is, but it's a investment as far as your time, not just financially, but it's going to be an investment in your time as far as you learning what you need to do with these machines. Whether you start out with a single needle and somebody asks how many needles, what's the least amount of needles you can get, it's a single needle, which is a one needle machine. but it's an investment.
And what does that mean? A one needle machine?
One needle. You have one needle. So our machine, if you look over there underneath, let me go back over to the machine and bring you.
I'm gonna make that one big.
Okay. So here we have, these are the 20 needles and they're numbered, right? These are 20 needles. Each of these needles have thread in them. They're all threaded with a different color thread. So I can use whatever color in my designs, okay? If you have a single needle machine, we're going to take away all 19 of these, and this is just one needle. But a single needle machine won't be this large. It's going to be a lot smaller, and I do have one that I can show you guys. It'll be a lot smaller, but it's just going to be one needle. So let's say we have a design that uses 6 colors, right? With this machine, I'm going to press start. I'm going to tell the machine which colors I need at which parts and which stops, and I'm going to press start, and the machine is going to stitch out. With a single needle, and I can go about my business. Like I told y'all, like I have a lot of stuff that I got to do, so I don't really have time to be babysitting the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Single needle machine, you're going to be doing a little bit of babysitting with that machine, because every single time we have to stop to change the color, you're going to have to rethread the machine. So for 6 times, if there's 6 stops, you're going to have to rethread that machine 6 times in order to get it done. With this one, it's going to be a lot quicker. We're going to be done with it. I won't have to see it until it's done. With the single needle, you're going to have to keep working with it. With this, you can also adjust the tension individually. So if you see something wrong, you don't have to guess, because you'll know which thread it is, and then you'll also be able to adjust that individually. You won't have to really guess. It's easier to know. So that's pretty much it. Were there any other questions about single or anything? Single needles, multi needles? Nope.
I would say another con for me was, like you said, the learning curve and just trying to learn the software. Because I do not like to have to rely on anybody. Like, it really bothers me. It's frustrating. It was frustrating for me trying to learn how to digitize my own files. But it's something that you're either going to have to say, I'm going to just sit down and learn it, or I'm just going to sit down and pay somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Just like rhinestone templates, it's the same thing. You're either going to learn how to do it yourself, or you're going to be going to Etsy to buy files. But there are a lot of places to buy files from Etsy, just like there are places to buy files, for SVGs and PNGs and rhinestone templates. There are also places that will digitize files for you. They do custom files, just like with rhinestones or any other templates. But that's just going to be a matter of, do I want to learn this, or do I just want to leave that part to somebody else?
And believe it or not, there's a lot of people who they don't do any digitizing. They outsource all of the digitizing, and they have successful businesses. For those who are getting into business to do this, they have successful businesses. They just outsource it to other people. So having the machine, you don't have to know how to digitize. You just need to know that you have to get your files digitized. That's what you need to know that. Could you tell me if you could?
You can use other programs, because what matters is what you put on the USB to send to the machine.
Yeah, you can. I can design in Brilliance. I can design in Chroma, and I could use it on this machine. I could design in Chroma and use that same file from Chroma on one of my brother's single needle machines. So it's like Delonda said, it just needs to be digitized. So you need to know what exchange your file needs to be. So for all of the Ricoma machines, it needs to be a DST file. Brother is PES. And then you have like your Vikings and all that, those other, you just need to know what it needs to be saved as. And as long as it's saved as that, you can open it up on your machine. That's it. So,
yeah. This came with the Chroma Inspire, which is their lowest level of digitizing software. So I know how to do the baby Bubba, the very basics,
Mm-hmm.
the very, very, very basics is Chroma or Embroidery. I've never tried Embrilliance, but Patrice has.
I think they're both kind of, and Brilliance is pretty friendly. So the thing with embroidery software for digitizing, I know some of you guys use So What and So Art. What I think, in my opinion, embroidery digitizing softwares are expensive. They're super expensive. So like with Embrilliance, you'll have to keep purchasing so many different levels. Like I have the top level, like I just had to keep purchasing level after level. Like they only start you off where maybe you can ultra file a little bit. And then next you can change the stitching, and then but you have to keep purchasing those steps. So I don't know what is the most economical digitizing software. But as far as being user friendly, I think Chroma is user friendly. Once you get to know what the different panels are for, what everything means, that's what you're gonna. It only becomes usable once you've identified the different parts of the software and what it's for and playing around in it. This goes, if you're just starting out new to embroidery and you go into get and digitizing and you go into Brilliance or you go into Chroma, it's going to look foreign to you. So you're going to have to spend some time to know what those things are, like what it means to do it. Yes, Stacey.
So just like with, I think that with if you are a new Cricut user, you're gonna find the teacher who can teach you how to use a Cricut. And if you're a new laser engraver, you're gonna find somebody that can teach you how to use the laser. If you're a new, DTF, you're gonna find somebody who can teach you. You're gonna find the person who can teach you how to use the software that you're planning to purchase. And it probably won't be me. Baby, because I know nothing. I'm like, I think that should be a part of your research. I think all of that should be a part of your research. Like what machine is compatible, what software is compatible with this machine, and are there tutorials on how to use it? Do I have to read a book? Like, do you learn that way? Do you learn from reading? Because I don't. I'm visual. I cannot look. Okay, now you want me to do what now? Say what now? I don't learn like that. I have to see it, and I have to see it multiple times. So I think that should be a part of your research when you're looking at the machine. Also, do I want to learn how to digitize? No, I'm going to Etsy. Or yes, I want to learn how to digitize, and I have the money to buy software. The software is expensive.
It's expensive.
Yes.
No, Latricia said, like, and she had a good suggestion. Like, even if you don't digitizing is not for you because it's kind of like making rhinestone templates. It's going to take you some time. You're going to have patience. So even if you don't digitize, it is good to know about it, especially now if you're going to be getting a machine like this and your purpose is for you to make sales and maybe you're going to be customizing things for your customers, but you're going to outsource the digitizing portion. You still need to know what you're looking at. You still need to know if somebody sends you something and something's wrong. You need to be able to say, hey, this doesn't look good. It's almost like if you get a file that's full of jump stitches and it's like,
that's me. That's what I make, jump stitch files, tons of them.
And it's like nobody has time to be cleaning up all those jump stitches, especially with a multi-needle machine. If you have a multi-needle machine, you should not be having to clean up jump stitches. So those are things that you want to be able to know, and having another software that you could at least just open up and remove those jump stitches would be super helpful to you. So you definitely want to know a little bit about it.
2 billion jump stitches right here. Okay. You gonna get 2 billion. How many? 2 billion.
Well, that looks so good.
I did it so many times, and you can't even tell what the scripture. Well, you could kind of tell on that one, but I did it so many times trying to get it right. But It had a lot of jump stitches. Like it was scaring me. It was doing jump stitches and I was doing jump scares. Okay. I was in the what? Jenna.
You always in the Jenna.
I was in the Jenna because of the jump stitches. Okay. This was so bad that I gave this file away for free. And only 3 people wanted it. They were like, you know what? I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. It was bad. It was not good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I finally did it a little bit better. You can see it better, but
that looks good.
It takes time.
You didn't send me that one.
I didn't. I'll send it to you.
That looks amazing, Delonda. You did a good job. That one looked good.
I was in the journal.
Well, maybe you need to digitize in the journal then.
It took 12 hours to get one patch.
You were surviving.
Scratching and surviving. All right, so we've talked about pros and cons. Y'all have any questions about anything before we go on to tonight? You want the worthy patch, Miss Joy? Okay, I'll put it. I'll provide a link for it before we finish tonight. Y'all hear Milo?
You never said hi to us.
You want to say hi to the people?
After an hour.
You want to say hi to... He chewed up the trash last night while I was upstairs doing my crafting challenge. He was chewing up the trash.
Oh. He's still in trouble for that? It's been the whole 24 hours now. Prolonged punishments are not good. Just saying.
But you're 25 years old, so you know better. No, he's actually 35.
Yvette Daniel, does Creative Fabrica do what? Digitize? So
they have files.
They have files. They have embroidery files. They have patches that you can get on there, but they don't necessarily digitize a file for you. There are services out there that will digitize for you. Milo's finally getting to say hi to us.
Let me say hi to the people.
Kristen,
nobody left the trash out. He went into my room, which he knows is a no-no, into the bathroom and chewed the trash up. And Peter, when he came home, he was like, Milo's been here. I'm like, you kidding? It was his fault. It was his fault. Tell him what you did. Go on, tell him what you did. No, tell them what you did.
Hi, Milo.
Tell him what you did.
Milo, what happened?
You chewed up the trash.
Oh. Are you not being friendly today, Milo? Are you upset? I bet you're upset.
He does not. He should not be upset. I should be upset.
Oh, it's time.
I should be able to leave my door open. I pay the mortgage. He doesn't.
Milo, it's time.
And he knows if I would have been downstairs, he wouldn't have done that. Wait a minute. Calm your nerves.
He wants his treat.
You gotta sit. Sit. No, you gotta sit.
Milo wants his. Oh, Milo. Milo was ready for his treat. He's been bad and he still gets a treat.
His feelings are hurt. My feelings are hurt.
Hmm? His feelings are hurt. Poor thing.
My feelings are hurt. All right. So hopefully that helped you. Hopefully that document helped you, and the things that we've talked about has been helpful to you. And we are ready to get started on patches now.
Let's get it going. Mm-hmm. These patches are going to take us a long time, y'all. Mm-hmm. It's a very small patch.
All right. You want to show them the patch and share the file, or I wouldn't talk about that first?
With the file, I sent it to you. You want me to put it up in the chat?
I'll do it. Don't matter.
Or you want to? So we're going to be making patches, and when we say a patch, this is what we mean by patches. So just little small embroidered patches.
Is that
And
my jacket?
this is not your jacket.
That's my jacket.
It's not your jacket.
It's my jacket.
And so if you see here, I'm making a patchy jacket, and I haven't really finished this one yet, but we have different patches on it. And I'm just going to add more patches to it. Okay, so once you embroider, yes, that's another patch worthy that she didn't send me.
I'm going to put it in the chat. Y'all can have, look, and don't tell me nothing about your machine because you got a billion jump stitches. I don't want to hear nothing, okay? And when I do my lips like this, that's serious. This right here, that's serious. That's a serious lip.
It looked like it.
Okay.
That looked very serious. Oof. So these are other patches that I've made. And this is like a very simple, it has a little bit of bling on it, but I did embroidery around, but I use felt. So for tonight, we're going to be using, you can either use Twill or you can use, I thought about the other one. You can use felt. I'm going to be using felt. What are you going to be using, Delonda?
I'm using felt. I'm using red felt.
Okay. So yeah, as y'all know, felt comes in different colors. I'm going to be using this white felt, but if you have like Twill, you can. Twill is very, very stiff, which makes it really good with patches. I also like to use like jean material because that's also very stiff. And you could also use like a jean material depending on what it is that you're going to be doing. I'm going to be using some Heat and Bond Ultra Hold adhesive to apply the patch to either this jacket or if I had a shirt. I'm going to be using this. I find that this is super easy to use. I use it often with my patches. Now you can stitch your patches on. If you want to sew them on, you can. If you're going to sew them on, you don't need this Ultra Hold Heat and Bond. Or they also have, like, you can use some fabric glue. So this is E6000 fabric fuse, the glue, but they have other fabric glues that you can use to apply your patches to your shirts or whatever it is that you're going to be doing. All right, so that's what we're going to be using. Of course, we have our machines that we're going to be using with for our project tonight. The patch file that Delonda is putting up, this is the stitch out that we're going to be doing. If we have time, I'll stitch out another one, but we have like another 50 minutes. This patch only takes about 20 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it's fast. Well, I didn't stitch that one. I did
the So Good. Yeah, that looks so good. That looks really good.
Nikki Nicole, I have it in all the file types.
So this is the file that's available inside of the Google Drive. It's the same like how we did last week, but it's in the size of a patch. This will fit if you have a single needle 4x4 hoop. This will fit a 4x4 hoop. Okay, so this patch, you can do patches like applique style patches. This, I took out the inside of God and I just have it stitched on the outside. And then I have favorites stitched underneath there. And so we'll go through the process of stitching one of these out and applying it. And then this is the one that Delonda was showing you guys earlier. This was my test stitch of the file. It looked pretty good for me. But this, if you notice, like it's almost applique. So whatever background or whatever material you use, that's going to be the background of the patch.
I use black twill for mine.
That looks really good. And there's also an SVG of this. It doesn't have an outline around it though. So it just has it like that, like the inside. Yes, Stacy, I'm going to use felt. I like to use felt. I'll use Twill too. I like Twill, but I also like to use felt. I had one that I did with felt. I don't know. Oh, so this is one that I've had before. I got a shirt out so that you guys could see it. So one of my very first patches that I made was from a rhinestone design that I did. And this, I've had this one for quite some time. And so this is on one of my shirts. I kind of wore like that because I just thought that this was so cute.
This is
And
felt.
see, that looks good. See, I like felt. I really like felt. And then you use the felt to decide like your colors, because like Delonda's going to use red felt. I'm using white felt today, but I have other colors that I could use. Like you can pretty much change the background of those patches however you want, especially if it's not stitched out, right? So this is a shirt. I've watched this a few times. This is with the Heat and Bond Ultra Hold. I would only recommend using the Ultra Hold. They have like a lighter version of the Heat and Bond. I think it's in the purple bag. You want to use the red package of the Heat and Bond. This is the Ultra Hold. The light hold, I wouldn't use patches with that. But this has been washed a few times and it's still on here. It's nice and stuck on here. So it depends. You find what works best for you, what you like to use, and go from there. But that's what I'm using. So I'm using Heat and Bond. You using Heat and Bond, Delonda, or are you going to use something else?
I'm using Heat and Bond. I have everything. I'm using all that same stuff. Today was my first time using. So here's my red felt. I didn't cut it yet. Okay. And I'm using this Heat and Bond. So I found this at Walmart for $1.50.
That's good. That's good.
Isn't that roller, Jay?
It's really, really good. Really, really, really.
Can you put that link in there? Because I'm still trying to add the worthy patches to this. And I'll put that link. I'll put the link to that.
Now, did I miss something? Felt is inexpensive. It is. Hey, Marta. Marta said yes. No, Karen Murray, I did not sew it on. I didn't. So either I'm going to sew it on or I'm going to glue it on or use the adhesive. Either or. I don't usually put the because I think the adhesive or the Heat and Bond can be a little gummy to the needle, so I never do it that way. Give me 1 second. I'm going to put the link up for the files.
So I need to do the PES, DST, and what else?
JEF. Yeah. And I don't know if you need, did you do a VP3?
Let me do that.
VP3. All right, y'all. Let me find my folders.
Does it matter which PES? Because these.
No. Just type in at the top where you have the file name. Just type in PES.
It's a lot of versions, like version 1, version 6, version 8.
I never do it. I just type in PES like for the exchange. I just manually put it in there.
Okay. All right. So I did JEF, VP3, and DST. And, okay.
I'm about to put it in there. And if you haven't yet, please remember to hit the
like button. JES, VP3.
JEF.
JEF.
You said it sounded like you said S.
I have an F word for you. Let me know if you need it. Let me know. Let me know.
She was just using her gift. Now she about.
Let me know. Let me know if you need a word that starts with an F.
I cannot. But y'all, please hit the like button, the thumbs up button. It really does help the channel, and it helps to get So Good weekends out there more. So thank you. We appreciate you.
Let me know. I'm doing all I can to help. Okay. VP3 PES as in Sam, JEF as in feeling great, and DST.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just put the Google Drive in for the God's favorite design that we're going to be using tonight. And Rachel had a point. If you cut the heat and bond a little bit smaller and you just want to sew it on, you can cut it like a little more smaller than the design. So maybe like the inside, and then you can stitch around it if that's what you want to do. So fun crew. We have some F words here. Fun crew, friend.
Yeah, those weren't the ones I was thinking of. Nobody has gotten it just yet.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Y'all, what is happening here? It's just a hot mess. I'm gonna go. Let me cut out my stuff because I'm behaving as usual.
Right.
I'm behaving as usual.
Right.
It's always me behaving.
Right.
I just don't know what to say anymore.
I don't even know what to say.
You know.
I don't even know what to say.
You know exactly what to say.
I don't even know what to say.
So remember, it's small enough for a 4x4 hoop. And there's an SVG attached to it too. Oh, y'all, let me go ahead and cut out my little piece. So there's a thing called like floating. You could float your material on top. I'm probably gonna do that.
Okay, so remember the files are only available during the live. Mm-hmm. So if you are watching this on the replay, you're not live. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Yep. So download them now. So that folder has all of the file types in it.
Mm-hmm. Download it. So opening it, clicking the link doesn't give you access to it. So when you click the link for both, you have to click download. So click the link, click the file that you need, whatever DST, PES, and then click download. Having it on the screen, clicking the file, and you're going to see, maybe you'll see a preview, maybe you won't. But once you click that, it's not downloaded until you click download. Okay, so download, click download. All right.
All right, I'm ready. I'm going to be watching my teacher.
You know how to do patches?
I'm watching my teacher.
So
Patrice is my teacher.
I'm not your teacher.
Patrice is my teacher.
I'm not. So for this file, I'm going to use this 5.5-inch hoop. Okay. Now, let's say, remember how earlier I told you guys with the machine, you can set up to do 10 patches if you want to, 15 patches if you want to. You can't, you could do that, but we're not doing that tonight. So you can if you want to get a larger hoop, but here we're only doing the 5.5 hoop. Okay, so I'm only doing one stitch out. Okay. Scale worthy is only, this is just like a bonus that Delonda just decided to give it out now. It's not really a part of our So Good thing. And the file, the actual SVG is already for sale. Like if you want bling or SVG, head over to craftingwithdelonda.com. It is there, or it's on her Etsy.
Yeah, all of these, now these are already on my Etsy shop. This Faith in God, Believe in God, Joy in God, and Trust in God. All of these are already on my Etsy shop. I don't know if they're all on my personal website. The Worthy patch was me digitizing in the software, having 2 billion jump stitches. I'm only giving that away. It's not for sale. And I don't have the SVG. So I'm so sorry about that. But that's all I can say. Sorry. Okay. I'm using stabilizer with my felt.
I'm using stabilizer too. And somebody asked what I usually do with my edges. I usually burn them. And I need to go get my lighter. I usually burn them. So I know you guys can't see because my whole craft room is a mess right now. But I'm just going to put the stabilizer on here. We're both using Mighty hoops. So this is a 5.5-inch Mighty hoop that we're going to be using. So maybe I'll try to get over a little bit closer. Maybe you guys could see that a little bit better. Or maybe I should just go and move the other.
Fern, just look up. Fern, scroll up. I shared the file twice. Scroll up in the chat.
So I'm going to float my material because I didn't cut it large enough. Are you floating your material on top, Delonda, or are you going to?
I'm going to cut it.
Okay, let's see. So now I'm just going to, y'all, I moved out of the way when I tried to hoop it. What in the world? Is there some other? All right, let's see if I can get it on here now. Just moved out of the way. All right, so I have the stabilizer hoop. Look how beautiful that is, y'all.
It's looking really good. Are you using black stabilizer?
Yeah, just using black stabilizer. It looks really good. All right, so I'm going to place the felt here. Now, remember we said you could use felt, you could use twill, you can use jean material, you can use this. You want a nice sturdy piece for your backing. Okay, so I'm just gonna float it. And when we say floating, if you're new to embroidery, floating means that it's not really hooped. So you see how the stabilizer is hooped? Well, my felt isn't hooped. Delonda, you gonna hoop your felt, your felt?
Yes.
So holding the felt really helps the material stay in place. So if you have a felt or a twill material, especially starting out, you want to make sure it's hooped. Even if you're not starting out, it's good for it to be hooped because at any given moment your material can shift, or sometimes what I'll get is that it'll start bunching up around the edges, and then you'll have it'll look like it's puckering, but it's not really puckering. It's just that material is gathering because it's not nice and secure in the hoop. But that's what floating is. There are some projects that require floating. This one doesn't necessarily have to require floating.
I am using cutaway stabilizer. Somebody asked, are you using cutaway? I'm using cutaway.
I'm using cutaway too. So let's see. All right, so I'm gonna get ready to head over to the machine. Go ahead and hoop. So you already have the file on your machine, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna put this on, and of course, anytime you're putting it on the U shape to be in the right. Now, the other machines, the handles may look a little different. That's the difference. It's the handles. So this is what ours looks like. You want to make sure it sits all the way in. So I already have this on. Let me go back home and select the design. I'll just select it just so that you guys can see. So I do have a USB in here, but it's already on the machine. So I'm going to select the patch that we're going to be using. I think this is it right here. Which one is it, y'all? I don't know which one it is. Okay, this is on the USB, so it's neither one. So if I was going to do here, I would just click there, and then I would put save to machine. But it should already be on the machine.
I gotta go back. I don't think I thought I did, but I see the let me go back.
All right, so then I'm going to select the color. And so another thing that I really like about this machine is that, let's see it good. So another thing that I really like about this machine, which makes it a lot easier to, like, I don't have to run back to the computer or I don't have to print out the order sheet. On the screen, it will tell you what's going to be stitching first. And so it's letting me know that that background layer is what's going to stitch first. Okay, so then I can go ahead and select the color that I want it to be. And I think we're going to go with, let's go with blue. It's almost Memorial Day. Let's go with blue. So I'm going to select the blue thread. And if you guys look back here, you guys see red in the back there. And that's how I'm figuring out which needle is going to be. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and it just keeps going back like that. Most of the machines are like that. It will tell you how the threads are ordered. All right, so I picked 4 for the first thread. For the second thread, we're going to go with, and that is just here. Let's do, I was going to go with like a red, white, and blue theme. Maybe go to, let's do red. So red is going to be 16. And then for the outer layer, we're going to go with, let's do a gray. And then gold gray. That's great. You know, I kind of want the outer layer to be red. No, let's change this. So we're going to do 9 for the second layer. And then we're going to go with the red for the satin fill. So you see how it shows you exactly what you're doing. All right. So here you have automatic manual, or just manual. If I were doing, let's say if I was going to lay like a piece of glitter HTV so that it would cover God, or if this was an applique, then I would go with automatic manual because it would stop at each thread stop. Here it lists as a color stop. But automatic is just going to keep going. I don't have to pay attention to you need to still pay attention to the machine. You always want to make sure you're listening to your machine because you will be able to tell if it sounds funny or something's wrong. You'll be able to hear it before total disaster. But we're going to go with automatic. I'm going to click save. And now we're here. Okay. So then I'm going to go to, I selected the design. The hoop is already selected. That's the hoop that's here. If we had a hoop that was larger, it will give us a warning and it will tell us that it's not going to fit, or you'll see your design extending beyond your hoop. We selected the color. I'm not doing anything to design settings, so now I'm ready to go into setup mode. That's for the embroidery mode. I'm gonna click this. And so once we did that, we have other options that put up. So float, that's usually something that we would deal with if we were actually stitching. Trace, hoop out, origin, point, stop point.
Can you send it again?
Huh?
I'm not seeing the file show up. I'm looking at it. I'm gonna try to send it again.
Okay. So then we're gonna go to trace, and that's the next thing that I want to do. All right. So then we're gonna click trace area. I know you can't see that, but it's gonna be trace area. So now we're gonna head back over to the hoop. You guys can see that. Let's see what you can see. I should have just left it where it was at from the beginning. Now y'all can't see nothing. Let me try to get y'all in a good viewing position. Sorry. Well, that's a little bit better.
I need to find a way to, let me go to settings. Machine manage.
All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click that trace area option, and it's going to start tracing.
I'm still not seeing it on my machine.
No?
Uh-uh. Did I name it that? Let me see.
You changed the name?
Huh?
You changed the name?
No, I'm trying to see. I don't see it here, but it should be here.
Which file, Lakeisha? It won't. The link should be working.
What's not working?
I'm not sure. She said she won't. It won't let her get to the link. In the chat probably, because if you come in at a certain time, I think the chat probably stops.
Oh, let me. I'll share it again.
Okay, hold on.
Which one is she talking about?
I'm gonna put the one that we're using down there, but I don't know. Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, it's better to download it from your computer. So if you're at a computer, it's good. If you're not at a computer and you're at your mobile device, you can download it. You can't open it, but you can download it and email it to yourself. So it's in your email, and you can download it when you get to a computer. All right, so trace it. Now you can also do more like a trace design where it'll trace it, tell you exactly where it's gonna stitch out. So everything looks good. I'm gonna leave from there, and then at this point, I'm ready to start. Okay, but we're gonna wait for Delonda.
Oh, don't wait for me. Go ahead. Oh, wait a minute. I know what I did wrong. Cancel. I still have this as a RDE.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna press start. Okay.
Okay.
You sure it's okay?
Yeah.
So we're gonna get started. So the stand that I'm using there is, hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay, so maybe you guys can't hear the machine. So the stand that I'm using, it has a light on it. It also has a place where I can dock my laptop, and then I can attach. I have two more attachments. I can attach the phone, I can attach my mic, or I can attach my iPad, or I can attach the camera. It's just a tripod. Like it's a tripod that you can just use a lot of different things on it at once, and it's on wheels. I can roll it around.
We need the link.
It's going. I know you guys can't even see it.
Okay, there it is. I wonder if I was missing it. Okay. Turn this way.
One of those lights off. Yeah, let me find it.
Go with black and gray.
I'm looking for.
I probably should have checked my bobbin. Did I miss anything?
The one that I have. My sound isn't working. My sound cancellation isn't working. I think Marilyn said she could hear my thing. I'm gonna go on mute too. No. Oh, I don't know why it's been working. Technology. Probably because I was turned away. But stitching out, but the light over here, the light on the machine is super, super bright. I need to dim it a little bit. Miss Ruth, Delonda, Miss Ruth said, are you playing Bob and Roulette? I do all the time too. That's what you do in the journal. You play Bob and Roulette. You have, so I have the So Good, but the So Good isn't going to be available until we have to talk about it for the patch. He's still scratching and surviving. He's still scratching and surviving. Thank you, Miss Becky. It is fun. But it's when I tell you it's worth it. So sometimes I'll put my computer, like my computer can actually go on it too. So there's like a computer stand to put it on. I've had it now for like 2 years. It's my most used tripod. Even when I'm not recording anything, I use it when I'm just going around here doing stuff. So, hey, Meredith. I don't know why it started and stopped. Chris, hey Chris, I don't know why Delonda stopped and started 3 times. Hey, Angel Boo. Angel, I know you're considering an embroidery machine. So y'all see how my felt is lifting up a little bit? That's why it's good to just go ahead and swoop it and not float it. But I'm gonna float it because I float things. That's what I do.
It's looking really, really good.
It's looking good. It's looking really good. So I don't think we're gonna have time to stitch out the so good patch, but in 5 weeks we're making available this file. In 5 weeks you'll get that file, and then I guess we'll make the patch available like sometime after that, like maybe a few more weeks after that. Delonda is keeping attendance. I know y'all probably like, how is she keeping attendance? She is keeping attendance, y'all.
From the people in the chat, you have, if you have been here, you know, we talk about, well, I was there, but I was in the bushes. The bushes don't talk.
Bushes don't talk. You gotta at least say something in the chat. Say something. So the chat is the attendance. Hey, Kelly. So, Rachel, I'm doing like a red, white, and blue patch. I am using a little bit of gray, but like a red, white, and blue patch. It's almost Memorial Day. I think it's appropriate. Hey, Will Allen, who's making something I just haven't had a response. Ask a question with you. JC, I don't really conduct business inside of the chat. So you may want to send me an email.
The colors of what?
Would you stitch it? What colors are you using? Black, white?
I'm going to use the same colors every time because I want my jacket to have like a theme. So all of my colors are going to be red, white, black, gray, gold.
What color jacket are you going to get?
I have it already. Let me get it.
Hey, Miss Avery. Hey, everybody coming in. You guys can see a little bit, but that light on my machine is bright. You discuss the link file for us non-embroidery members. I haven't thought about it. We haven't discussed the bling file yet. I don't know if that's gonna be given away or not, but we haven't discussed it yet. Oh, I like that. That's gonna look good with those colors. It's like a distressed, washed out black. I love it. Hey, Miss Larissa and Sylvia. That's gonna look good. Really, really good. That looks familiar. I think it's gonna look great, Delonda. That red is gonna pop on that jacket. It's going to pop. Willa Allen, yes, we're doing the same file. No problem, JC Productions. No problem. Looking good. You can really tell the scripture. You worked really hard on that, Delonda. And you said thank you for the file, Delonda. Do you still have the jacket around so you can show it one more time? Oh, that's gonna be real cute. Pamela. Yep, those are all the patches that Delonda's gonna put on her jacket. She's keeping up with the same color theme. I think
I got it from Amazon.
Do you have the link to put in so that they can see it?
Yeah, but I bought two. Let me show you the other one.
The machine is pretty loud. It is loud. Oh, Victoria's Creation says, can you put that jacket in the box for her?
My next file is gonna say no. That's gonna be the file. No. That's the junk.
Not no. She's a hot mess. Yes, Evelyn, yes, you can embroider several at a time. So I don't know if you were here when Delonda showed that huge hoop, the 14 by 21. You can fill that up with all patches and stitch that out. You can do that all from the machine. So you put the one file in, and then you just tell the machine to repeat it how many ever times.
It is. It's a shirt. It's like an oversized shirt, not a jacket. That's what I wanted. I didn't want it to be like. And so this one is for my making this for my book club. So like that's the first book we read, The Darkest Child. So this one has it's like a grunge look. But I'm using that one for these patches.
Miss Gill, you got that right. She's a taker, not a giver. Even though y'all know that's not true. That's fake news, but we just gonna say it because that's what she said. Yeah. Victoria's Christian says, can you put the no file in there also, Delonda, inside her box? Maybe enter that one. I'm just trying to make sure we got to Kristen. Any suggestions to learn more on making patterns? Tish, have you done any digitizing already on your own? Like any digitizing? Because it's really like if you know how to digitize like a regular design, you can totally do it with you can totally make a pattern. So if you guys remember this design we did last week, we did it as applique, and then all I did was turn it into the pattern, and I included like a border around it so that it would have a border around it. These are my test ones. So I do want to suggest once you do learn, like you want to test your designs out and see. Oh, don't she look nice in that jacket? That look good, Delonda.
That's the jacket that I'm putting mine on. It's a shirt.
I like that. That one looks really, really, really good. Really, really. I need to go get my lighter. You put the link in the chat already? Delta Brown wants to know if you're making them for the book club also. Like I want to slow this down a little bit. It's making a little bit of noise. And I don't like to. Oh, I forgot my color combo.
Are you doing the filled in one, Patrice?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have the filled in one?
Yeah.
No?
I am.
Oh. Yeah. So we got the links and I have my computers. All right, let me put, I'm putting the link in again for the file. That is the link for the file that we're giving away tonight. That's the link for it. I just put it in there. And then Delonda gave a bonus file.
That's your Amazon link for that thing. That's not the.
Oh, I can put it about thinking. Thank you.
Who is this? Whoever this is, I love you. Whoever this is, I love you. Okay, because it's not good, but thank you for saying that it is, because we know it's not. But thank you.
You swear it'll be good. It'd be good. You swear. All right, that's the file. Don't forget, the file is only going to be available until what, like 30 minutes after the live, because y'all not going to get me in trouble. Until 30 minutes after the live, it'll be available for you to go and make sure you download it. If you don't download it, you won't get it. So you have to click download, okay? Delonda made the Worthy file available. That's a bonus file. That's also going to be available. Delonda, are we cutting that off 30 minutes after 2?
I was gonna cut it off as soon as we cut.
Oh, that's going to be cut off too. So make sure you download.
Y'all really don't. Y'all look. Let me get over here. That file is not good, and I don't need anybody emailing me to say, Delonda, I tried to stitch out that file, and my machine had 33,000 jump stitches, and now, no. You're using that file at your own risk. That file comes with a disclaimer. Okay? I don't need drama. We save the drama for not the llama, you know.
Daryl, I love the new screen on the Ricomas too. And I saw somebody mention that they just got an MT1501. The MT1501s do not have the new screen just yet. I don't know if they are going to have the new screens. I don't know if they're trying to factor those out. I'm not really 100% sure, but it's weird because the EM1010s have the new screen. The the Marquee 2001, which is the 20 needle, has the 20 needle machine or has the 10S panel. So I would make sure if you're getting a Ricoma, you just want to verify with them that you're going to get the new 10S panel. Okay, this 10S panel is a major upgrade from the one that's on my EM1010. It's a major upgrade.
Oh, Danny, I'm sorry. Patrice.
Huh?
So let's just say I want to put this on my jacket right now. So I press my heat on. Now what?
So you're gonna cut it to the size of that, and once you cut it, you're gonna press it. So I'm using my heat press. It's very light heat that you need. So you can maybe do like 260 degrees, and then face down. Oh, I'm done. Face down, and then you're gonna press it. Yeah. Or you can use your iron, or you can use your easy press.
260 for how long?
For like 6 to 8 seconds, not long at all. Not long at all.
No, just heat and bond, Miss Joy.
I'm just going to use heat and bond. Yeah. Only 3. Yeah, I think the Worthy file is only 3 color stops. Sewing machine to put patches on, just heat and bond. Yeah, you can just use heat and bond. Now, if you have a sewing machine, you don't need the heat and bond. You can stitch it on that way if you want. We showed also like you can have, there's like fabric glue that you can attach patches as well. It's up to you. So we're done. And I think I love how it came out for the most part. Even though it looked like it kind of shifted a little bit. I see some spots that I don't necessarily see back here. I think I had a little bit of tension in my blue. I can tell. It's going to be fine. It's going to be just fine with my low tension. All right. So I'm going to bring this over. I do need to get my lighter. So this is the file right here. But I had some tension here, and that's not the felt. That's like the thread. But not too bad. I'm going to get my lighter. One, I'll be right back. I'm going to move both feet off too. And let me find my lighter. Delonda, did you put the heat and bond on the back already? All right, so
No, because I'm still trying to figure out which side do I put it on.
oh, so both sides are, it's like double-sided tape. So the side where there's no paper, you
one
see the
side feels rough and one side is smooth.
So that's the side, the rough side. You're gonna put the rough side against the back of the patch.
Rough side.
Patch. Yep. Yep. And then you're gonna put it face down, but put some parchment paper on your press. But remember, that's all sticky. Like once it's heated, it's gonna stick to whatever. So put a little bit of parchment paper on your press, put it face down, and then press it.
Is yours finished? Is yours?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all done.
So what?
Oh. So thanks y'all for joining us for week 3 of So Good Weekend.
Type something that you learned today.
I hope you guys learned something. Next week we're going to be doing a little more applique, but we're going to be combining it with our cutter. So all I'm doing is cutting around the patch right now. I'm getting close enough, but not close enough to where I'm cutting that satin stitch that's around.
You determined to have me cut every week.
This is not much cutting. Yo, she is a hot mess. People in the Junna don't like to cut.
Cutting is the Junna.
Clearly, the people in the Junna don't like to cut.
Cutting is the Junna.
I'm just leaving a little piece, and then we're going to be done with this batch. It doesn't take much to cut it out. I like floating so that I don't waste too much material, but you definitely want to, because then once your material starts like gathering or bunching up together, that's hard. Like, so I'm just gonna take my lighter and cinch the back. I'll cinch all of those extra threads hanging off, and that's it. That's something that Delonda may want to do since she does not like scissors, but she has like 1,000 pairs of scissors. Like, how you don't like scissors, but you have 20,000 scissors? So then I'm
gonna find something that'll be the best for me.
So put the rest in the box that you don't like. So I'm just gonna go and I'm just gonna go around it, and this just like seals those edges for you. That's what I do to seal my edges. I don't use anything else. I don't do anything more. This is how I seal my edges. And I just go around. You want to make sure that you don't burn it. You do this before you put your heat and bond on. Okay, so before you put your heat and bond on, that's what you do. Okay, and so let's say if I wanted this to be like red, you see how Delonda used the red felt? So then I wouldn't even see any white, but I'm going for a red, white, and blue theme like that. Thank you, Marta. Have a good week. Delonda, Marta said, have a beautiful week.
Bye, Marta.
Bye, Marta. All right, so I'm just making sure you don't have to do too much, but it's done. So this is the patch, okay? So the next thing I'm gonna do, she got her heat and bond. This is my heat and bond. Thank you, Faye. Don't forget, if you're here and you want to participate in the giveaway for the So Good file, you have to say something in the chat. just want you guys to know, Delonda has no problem going through reading 8,000 comments.
No.
Like, I'm so serious, she doesn't. So please, if you want to get this file, and I'm just making sure the same thing that Delonda did, I'm just checking to make sure that the size is good for me to just go ahead and put the patch on. And it is. I'm not doing too much or too little. We're gonna almost done. Delonda probably just had, but y'all know Delonda. So if you guys notice, Delonda's machine is still going because she probably has it on a. Look how she's holding her ear. She probably has it on like a 400 speed. So that's why. That's why she does. So the name of the first patch that we did, it should be God's Favorite. Something like that. It's pretty long. Oh, Deborah Browning, thank you.
What did she say?
She said she learned that making patches are fun and can add flair to whatever you're making. Thank you, ladies. Appreciate you both. Yes, to be young, get them black. You can certainly do this one on your single needle. Especially if this is a 4x4. There's 3 color changes. You can certainly do this on there. We need to do our homework. Yes, exactly. To get the Google. So I'm trying to get the Google. Delon, you have a Google patch?
Huh?
Or the Worthy patch. You're talking about the Worthy patch. Let me stop.
I just shared it again.
No, I think she said I'm going up trying to see if we missed anything. Rope, I did not use tearaway stabilizer. I used cutaway stabilizer. We both used felt tonight for the backing. And I used cutaway stabilizer.
So Patrice, I don't peel anything off.
You're gonna peel that paper off. So you're gonna have paper on the back. So let it cool off a little bit. And then you're gonna use the paper.
How much time do we have?
Not much. We're 4 minutes past 9.
Uh-oh.
On May 5th. Remember? I don't remember what patch we did on the 5th. Was it the Mama Mode patch? Did you guys do that one? I'm sorry, Miss Joy. I don't remember. It might have been the Mama Mode. I'm trying to think like what patches were.
She's talking about on live with you. What live is she talking about?
I don't know. I can't remember what I did this morning.
I'm too scared, Chris.
Chris, she's so scary. She's not gonna. I've tried to get her to amp it up a little bit, but she's not. One day she will. I was like that too, though. Remember, you guys used to always tell me to increase Brody. Brody can go so much faster. Why am I babying Brody? She'll get to that point. It takes a little bit of time. I'm just cutting around that heat and bond. So if you ever decide that you want to sell patches, this is what you would do. And then you would leave the backing on. So that way, you know, if you're selling the patches, they can go ahead and press it on themselves. Selling it like that. some fabric, yes, in place.
No, Patrice, I think I'm doing something. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
What happened?
It's not sticking.
You took the backing off?
The white piece?
Yes.
Yes.
And then you pressed it on. You have medium pressure?
Yes.
What is your heat? What is it on?
260.
Put it up hot. So 260 is for that backing part, like just to put it on when you're pressing the thing, but you're putting it on your jacket?
Yeah.
Increase the temperature a bit because the jacket is thicker. You can do 10. Like I'm gonna put mine on. I know you're putting it on the jacket just yet.
Yeah, I wanna see what it's like. I wanna see what it's gonna look like.
So fast. I think I'm gonna put this. And then temperature. The back is a lot thicker and the thick. You have a pressing pillow?
I have one.
Put your pressing pillow because you also know like with my jacket I have like the stitching and all that stuff. So put your pressing pillow too. That will lift it up. I'm putting mine on the back. Oh, okay. The bibs of the shirt or the jacket can. Oh.
Maybe I should have used a smaller press.
No, that one. Oh, but where's your pressing pillow?
Okay.
Let me see if that did it for me. Fully get your pressing pillow. Because that's what's gonna.
This is weird.
Let me see. Bring it over. So we can see.
Ooh, it looks so really good.
I'll speed my machine up a little bit because I don't want to hear anybody's lip.
What part are you on now? You're just on the inside. Oh, you're just on that part?
We're not doing noises.
Oh. So how did you do it? I turned mine up to 320 and pressed it for maybe like 10 seconds. Why? How did it come off?
Well, that's what you said.
What in the world? How? Look, I put mine already on. How did it come off?
Here comes the F word.
Okay, cut another piece of heat and bond. Because how did it come? Where did you put it, Delonda? Let me see this. What in the world? Okay, get another piece of heat and bond. Let's try this again. Because that was
no.
How did that happen? Increase your. Okay, let's put it on the back of your. Did you put it on parchment paper?
I didn't put it on anything. It's right here in my hand.
Okay, so
what do I peel away?
you're gonna, okay, so when you first do it, here's your heat and bond, right? You know
Yeah.
the rough side. So that rough side, you're going to place the patch, the back of the patch, against the rough side. Once you place it against the rough side, when you get ready to press it, you're going to let the top plate of the heat press touch the back. So you're going to turn it down.
Oh! Just kidding.
That's before you even put it on your jacket. Miss Sharon Davenport, I'm going to put it in one more time, okay? Hold on. That's the one. This is the one for the one that we're doing tonight. For the, you got, okay. So let the heat, let it touch it, only a few seconds. Let it cool off first before you try to peel that backing off. G Ford, I think we're more like a hot mess together, but you know, Delonda's more of the hot mess than me. Just to clear a few things up. No, it should be fine. She just put it, she probably pressed it the opposite way. That's what she did. Yeah, it didn't stick to it. Did she put the parchment paper on the bottom? Or on the top? You put the parchment paper on the bottom? Okay, on the bottom. Oh, not the aggressive thumbs up. That was an aggressive thumbs up. Why?
Now I peeled this off.
You let it cool off a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, let it cool off a little bit and then peel it off.
Hot potato, hot potato,
It's not that hot.
hot potato.
Now you're going to peel it off. Increase your temperature because that jacket's kind of thick. So I turned my temperature up to, I turned it off already, but I don't remember. I think I put it up to like 320 or so, but I only pressed it for like 10 seconds. You want medium pressure. Medium pressure.
I don't like the way you just said medium. It was the hard M.
I thought the D was a little hard. I was like medium. I thought the D was a little hard, not the M. Oh. Yay, Marta. I'm glad you love it. Kelly, it's all Delonda. It's all Delonda. It's not me. It's not me at all. It's never me. It's always her. I'm sorry to let y'all know that, but I'm the innocent party here. Oh, not turning around looking at the camera. Hey, Porgy Town. Yes. So this is what we made tonight. We made patches. If you didn't catch the live earlier, we kind of went over a few things. There is a printout if you are researching, if you're looking for an embroidery machine. And honestly, I think it's a great printout for you guys to go back to, print it out, save it. And then as you're doing your research, you can take your notes on there to help you make a decision on if you're looking for a single needle, multi-needle, Ricoma, Brother, Baby Lock, whatever you could possibly be looking for, that will help you determine what you want. Okay, if you even want embroidery. Did you use your pressing pillow for your jacket? Did you? Did she use her pressing pillow? Like, I think I said use a pressing. Oh, I don't have to talk trash now. I don't have to talk trash now. Exactly, Chris. That's all I'm here for. That's it. So Felicia, it's possible that we could sell the patches. It's possible. We'll talk about it. Rachel, she's a hot mess. Just a hot mess. Let's see, Delonda. Let's see. Row P, I'm not her teacher. Is it lifting on the side? It looks like it. Did you put your... I would press it one more time. Don't lift it. Don't lift it while it's hot. Let it cool and press it, like give it a little more pressure underneath. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, y'all, for week 3 of So Good Weekend. Thank you. I'm trying to see. She's just so quiet because she has herself on mute. She doesn't want us to hear her machine. I know. Delonda, did... Oh, you got a red light blinking. She ran out of bobbin. I bet you she ran out of bobbin. I knew it. I knew it. So I was going to put some more patches on here tonight.
It's all your fault.
It's not my fault. You want to blame everything on me so much. It's not my fault. Y'all know everything is always my fault. Everybody knows that. Stacy knows that. Mylene, Miss Sharon Davenport knows that. Jesse knows that. Everybody knows that. It's always my fault. I try.
No one is half the battle.
So if you're going to use if you're gonna stitch it on, I would just stitch it on. Like I wouldn't even worry about the heat and bond if you're gonna stitch it on. And you don't want to throw it in the washer after putting the heat and bond on. You want to, you know, like with anything, you need to let it mesh. You need to let it mesh. I think I'm going to put this on, but I'm not going to put it on now because I'm not going to turn this heat press back on until we're done. I got some work to do. Awesome, Marta. Thank you, Carol Coleman. Carol Coleman said that Worthy is cute. To be young, gifted, like she knew that she was going to run out of that bobbin. She knew she was playing bobbin roulette. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Meredith. Oh, not the spatula. The spatula. She's always abusing me with this spatula. Always. And y'all don't even say anything about it. Y'all just let her do it. Oh. Why, Delonda? Every time she does this. Did you press it again? Oh. Make sure you put the what you call it close by there, the pressing pillow, because I think sometimes with these jackets it's a little bit difficult. I always have to use the pressing pillow with the jackets because so you guys see with these jackets there's so many different what is this called, Chris? What is this called? Like this ribbing right here. I usually call it a ribbing, but that kind of prevents your stuff from sticking. So you need a pressing pillow to help kind of elevate it so that it can get the pressure that it needs when you're pressing it onto your jacket. But this, all of this. And then so I always like kind of open it up like that when I'm pressing and then press it like, that, put the pressing pillow underneath and then press it like that. Yeah, Rachel, that's what the seams make it difficult to do it. So that's kind of how I do it. But that doesn't just go for this goes for like vinyl or anything. If you're putting anything on these sorts of items, then you definitely need to do that. Anita, she's always abusing me with her spatula. One day she's gonna it's either the spatula or she's gonna poke me in the eye with her pointer. One's gonna happen. I already know it. So we'll just wait and see. Why the mini is good for this kind of stuff. Yes, Kristen. So like the mini press would be better for that. But remember, people apply heat and bond with irons too. I don't use an iron, but people apply heat and bond with an iron too. So I would have to see. I have all these heat presses and probably no iron. I'm just cutting this out. Thanks, Faye. Oh, Miss Nini, which machine do you have? When mine does that, sometimes it's an easy fix, sometimes it isn't an easy fix. Like, just know, like, when you get these machines, you're going to have to adjust the timing, and adjusting the timing means opening up your arm and going in and taking out the rotary and unscrewing it and making sure the timing is right and fixing the axis and all this other stuff. Like, it does, when you have to do stuff like that, it's a lot. But then once you get it up and working, you're happy, and then you know how to do it for next time. With these machines, they will walk you through that. So, Delonda's on a red light again?
I got a real thread break.
Oh. A real thread break. She said she has a real thread break. All right. And I'm just cutting this out for my patch. That's it.
I got my patch on.
Let us see it. I used a piece of t-shirt fabric to make the patch. It still turned out sturdy. Awesome, Marta.
Which one did she make?
Marta, which one did you do? Did you do Worthy or did you do God's Favorite? The EM Tintin. Oh. So Ms. Nini, you're going to, something's off. Hopefully it's not your timing. Check the back wheel to see if you can adjust it manually back to 100. You can do it from the main screen to change the axis back to 100 to see if it'll take it. And then
it's easier to do it on the side.
On the side? Let me see.
To me it is.
Oh, to turn it. You had an access situation already?
Yeah.
Dang,
I have had all the situations, honey.
Already?
I've had a broken needle. I've had an access situation.
So.
And guess what?
What?
I still love this machine.
Aww. I know, and now you know you're not as scared of it as you were at first.
I was terrified at first.
You're not anymore.
No.
See? I love that, Delonda. You were scared. You really were. It's so amazing just to see like how you're willing to try so many different things and you're not scared of it anymore.
But you know what? I also think because this is gonna sound so weird, but Brianna, she's so nice.
She is.
She's literally the nicest person. Like, She wants you to succeed.
Yes. Brianna is our rep at Ricoma.
Ah, I didn't get it good.
Yes. And she's patient.
And nice and positive. She's
Yes.
so nice.
Yes.
She's like, hi, Delonda. Oh my God, it's so good to hear from you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even when I be thinking like, she be like, girl, don't call me again now.
No. She's not like that.
No, she's like, how is it going? How are you feeling?
Do
No
you-
pressure.
She's pretty good. She is.
I don't even, yeah, I just go straight to her. Like, Brianna, look at him.
Mm-hmm. And she'll fix it. She'll make
She
everything.
will fix it. She will make whatever it is, she's gonna make sure you get taken care of. And she's gonna follow up. Like, how did you feel about that?
Mm-hmm.
And that is important to me.
It is. Fern said she had to turn the wheel. She had training. Make sure to oil it regular. Yes, make sure to do the maintenance on your machines.
So y'all, if y'all are here with us and either one of us have encouraged you to look into getting Ricoma, let me tell you what happens. If you are looking at our video, but you go to another influencer's page and then you call Ricoma from looking at their channel, they will get the affiliate commission. Neither one of us will.
Yes.
Trust me, I know.
Yes. That's what happens. And don't forget to make sure you comment because Delonda is taking attendance tonight. And every night. Right, Delonda?
Yes. I've already written down names for tonight. The ones that were on before we were on. Anybody that came in after that, I have to get those. Y'all, if you finish, we can wrap up. I'll just post this when I finish.
Well,
I don't want to cut into Eve's time.
Yeah, how much more do you have? A lot more?
I'm just on the outline, but I need to cut this with my good scissors.
Okay. You decide.
No, I don't want to cut. I don't know how much time do we have?
It's not a lot of time. It's 9:29.
And she starts at
9. It's 8:29 your time. It's
so she already started?
Yes.
Oh, y'all go. I'm sorry. But please know that we rescheduled because we don't like to conflict with other crafters' time. So I want y'all to know that.
Yes.
We had to schedule for Saturday night, but we did not want to pose conflicts with other crafters because we don't intentionally go live when somebody else is live.
No.
Or intentionally try not to do that.
Yeah.
Every time.
And if somebody's having like a special event or something, we will not go. We understand things, so we don't try to do that.
Because actually that could be We don't do that.
Mylene, where you found the Ricoma outlet at? The one by off of 826 or is that 836? Are you talking about there? If you're talking about the one on 836, that's the Ricoma. That's the Ricoma headquarters. How about the other? Yes. All right, guys. Delonda, are we gonna?
Yeah, you want to review the goal right quick? Did we accomplish the goal, you guys?
I think we accomplished the goal. That's the one. That's where the main office is, Mylene. That's where Brianna is.
Did we accomplish the goal?
I think we did. So we discussed the pros and cons of multi-needle embroidery machines, and we learned how to make embroidered patches. And I think we did. I think we accomplished the goal. I think we did. What do you guys think? Yes.
Did we also learn that Patrice is my teacher?
Patrice is not your teacher.
Patrice is my teacher.
No. And that has to stop being a goal. That's not an objective.
Patrice is my teacher.
That is not an objective. Don't see it. But this is
My teacher.
look how cute, y'all. And then I gotta put more patches over here. I got my own Faith in God patch. And I put that one on G material. Looks so good. And
I will
then,
post my finished patch in the group.
all right, guys, it's been fun.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
See y'all next week. Next week we're doing applique, but we're doing applique with a little bit of Cricut or Romeo.
Get the files downloaded. Get the files downloaded.
Yes.
And head over to Eve. Patrice is my teacher.
Yeah. Oh, not the teacher. You're a hot mess.